standing at the back end of our mats. And as usual, just give yourself permission if something doesn't feel good to please just step back from it, make any modifications that you need. All right. Okay, so we're going to be starting with just a little bit of standing and centering work so that you have an opportunity just to connect into your body this morning and notice how you're feeling. So take a look down at your toes, make sure that you've got your feet in line, slightly separated, arms nice and easy. Take a moment to roll the shoulders back and around. And then perhaps just bend and straighten the knees a few times. And then allow the knees to soften and maybe just do a few little twists of the spine, little shift from side to side. And letting your body center, maybe just doing a little bit of a tilt side to side of the head. And pausing for a moment as you close your eyes. And start to become conscious of your breath. Feeling each inhale and each exhale as it moves through your body. Carrying oxygen to each and every muscle and cell. Allowing your mind to focus, giving yourself an opportunity to slow down, letting go of anything that has happened already this morning, letting go of any expectations for this afternoon, and just let yourself be present in this moment, on your mat, and in your physical body. Taking a nice, easy breath in through the nose. Open your mouth and sigh. Blinking your eyes open, bring yourself back into the room, and let's start with a roll down. On your exhale, look down towards your feet, and just allowing your body to fold over. And we're taking it nice and easy on this first roll down. Decide how low you want to go. And when you reach the bottom, pause for a moment, relaxing through the back of your neck. Shifting your body weight if you need so that you are standing evenly over your feet. Observe, notice where you're feeling a stretch. And then on your breath out, unravel your spine, coming all the way back up into standing, shoulders relaxed, and lifting your gaze to the horizon. And again, take a breath in, expand, exhale, nod your chin, and bring your awareness to the articulation and release of each vertebra as you roll forward. Coming a little bit lower so that you can perhaps find a little bit of a release into the back of your legs. And once again, pause, shifting your body weight, softening through the knees, softening into the back of your neck. And on your breath out, unravel all the way up you come, rooting into your feet, feeling the back of your body lifting you all the way up. And we're going to do one more time. Take a breath in. Exhale, nod your chin, and feeling that release of your body. Feel how your arms and your head lead the way. Feel that width and opening across the back of your ribs and allowing the scapula to glide wide. Pause here for a moment. And on your next breath, bend your knees and walk your hands down onto all fours. So you're transitioning down onto the ground. Release your feet out behind you in a comfortable position. Middle finger forward and spread the other fingers out as we get ready to come into a full cat stretch. On your breath, tuck your tail underneath you and feel the movement ripple up your spine, traveling all the way through to the neck until your head can tuck in. Take a little breath there, push out of the arms, and then exhale, let your tail extend out first, working your way through your spine, perhaps coming back to just neutral on this first one. And again, exhale, a little bit of a tilt of the hips, feeling lumbar spine, thoracic spine, cervical spine, and there you are in that beautiful cat stretch. Take a breath in. Exhale, let your tail reach out behind you. And if your spine is feeling good, maybe you can start lifting your tail, lifting your heart, and lifting your eyeline. And again, using your breath, finding that sequential movement through the spine, tucking your chin in, and then lengthening the tail. And again, feeling lumbar spine, thoracic spine, cervical spine as you move towards extension. And taking just 2 more rounds, moving at your own pace. Start to bring your awareness into your abdominal muscles, supporting you from underneath. And on your last one, really focusing on how your breath carries the movement. There is no movement in Pilates that happens without either an inhale or an exhale. And then just return yourself back to a neutral position. Open your knees a little bit, big toes together, and let yourself sit back into a resting position. So you're just going to come all the way down, keep your elbows bent, and you're just going to wiggle your fingers around, and then make a little bit of a fist with your hands, squeeze your hands into a fist, and then spread your fingers out so you're stretching open the hands. And one more time. Clenching your hands into fists, and then spreading your fingers out, and then once again just wiggling your fingers almost like you're playing the piano, and then just let your hands settle onto the ground. Staying here just for a moment, completely relaxing the fingers, the palms of your hands, relaxing the wrists. And then on your next breath, walking your hands forward, draw yourself forward once again onto all fours, and we're going to be going into a downward facing dog here. So tuck your toes under. If you need to move your hands a little forward or back, you're welcome to. And then lift your knees up and start moving your hips backwards in space. Now, I want you to keep your knees bent for now and focus instead on stretching the arms, lengthening the spine, and relaxing into the back of your neck. And then start to pedal the heels down one at a time. So as you push your heels towards the mat, feel that stretch and that release all the way up over the calf muscles. Feel the Achilles. Maybe you're going to feel a little release into the bottoms of the feet if you're tight there. And now push both heels down and decide if you can straighten your knees or not. It doesn't matter. Find the length along your spine and have the sensation of reaching your heels down towards the ground. Take another breath in and out. And then release your knees all the way back down again. And once again, we're going to come into a resting position, opening your knees, big toes together. You're going to sit your hips back. And this time, time, as you come into resting, we're going to do a little bit of a focus on our connection into our breath. So get your arms wherever feels best for you. And you're going to be breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. And start to bring your awareness to the back of your body. So that as you inhale, you can really feel the ribs expand wide and up towards the sky. And as you breathe out, feel how the ribs close. And as you breathe in, visualize your lungs inflating and giving your heart a little hug. And as you exhale, visualize the lungs emptying and you're creating space for your heart. And then start to notice the ripple effect all the way down into your lower back and into your pelvis and sacrum. Start to notice the softening and the release of those muscles. Start to notice the ripple effects up into the neck and the shoulders and your head. Allow yourself to find ease through the body. And we're going to take one more time, nice easy breath in and out. And then start to walk your hands backwards towards your knees as you come all the way up. And we're going to come lying on our sides. So lie on your left side. Cradle your head with your arm or use a little bit of a pillow. Stretch your legs all the way out long. And then just putting your fingertips lightly on the ground in front of you to help you balance. Chin up, shoulders down. You can feel a connection so that your legs are squeezing together. On your breath out, lift both legs up towards the sky. And releasing your legs down. And again. As you lift your legs, can you feel that there's a shortening on your top waist? Keep going at your own pace, controlling the movement. And this is called side lying obliques. See if you can keep your body in one straight line. But if your lower back is taking over, because some of us have very sort of strong or tight lower backs, one of the ways that we can help ourselves is to roll the top hip. So this case would be your right hip. You roll it back in the air, like literally a centimeter. So it's not a huge movement, but if you were to roll your hip back a little bit, it starts to highlight the abdominal muscles rather than taking all the weight load into the back. Let's just take a few more. Finding the connection into those obliques. And we're going to do just one more time. Now lift up your legs and stay there. So I'm asking you to hold an isometric contraction for a second. Your legs are lifted. Now, how about testing your balance? So you can now lift up the right arm, finding your balance, still connecting into the obliques. And by the way, you still need to breathe. And then on your next breath, releasing your arm and legs all the way down. Bend your knees in. You're going to come up into a sitting position. But now we want to stretch out that right oblique. So swing your feet around to the other side. Hold your left hand onto your left ankle. And then you go into a mermaid stretch here. So now you're stretching out the obliques that we're just working. And then turn your head to look down so that you are releasing any tension through the neck and shoulders. Stay with your breath. And then bring your gaze to the front and coming all the way up. Now you're going to lie on your right side. So we're going to be working into the left obliques now. Make a little pillow with your arm to support your head. Fingertips are light on the ground in front of you. Legs together, chin up, shoulders down. Find your stability and then start to lift your legs up and release the legs down. So keep moving at your own rhythm, but connect your movement to a breath. Keeping the control over the movements. So control is one of the 6 principles of Pilates. So oftentimes we pick up the pace with some movements. Sometimes we slow things down. Sometimes we literally just hold a position, which is that isometric contraction. But regardless of how quickly you're moving, you always want to make sure that you're doing so with control. Notice on this side where you are feeling it. And if you feel that your lower back is taking over, remember our little trick. You can roll the top hip bone, this time your left hip. You can roll it back in space like a centimeter, just so that you start to highlight the abdominal muscles doing their work. Let's take 2 more. One more time. Now hold it there, stay there. Isometric contraction, and if you can, pick up the top arm and we balance. Beautiful. Taking one more breath in and out. And releasing all the way down. Bend your knees in, push yourself up, and now you're going to swing your legs around to the other side so that we can stretch out that oblique we've just worked. Hold on to your right ankle. Left arm goes up. Oh my goodness. Such a good stretch. And then if you need to, turn your head. You can look down, releasing the neck. Make sure that you can still breathe. And then slowly up you come. And we're going to come into a seated position. So put your feet near the front edge of your mat so you've got somewhere to roll back to, because we're going to be going into a half roll back. So knees slightly separated, arms out in front of you, relax the neck and shoulders. Take a breath in and exhale as you start rolling yourself backwards. Just enough that you can feel a connection to your abs. Stay there, take a breath in. And then forward you come and lift up nice and tall. And again, exhale, curling the tailbone underneath you. Pause here. Take a little breath in and exhale forward and lift up tall. We're going to do 2 more. Using your abdominals to control the movement. Keep your feet down, take a breath, and forward, lift up tall. One more time, exhale, half roll back, and we're going to stay right here. Can you pick up the right arm? Breathe in, exhale, bring that arm down, and you flatten the abdominals even more. How about the other arm? And flatten the abs. And again, single arm. And breathe. Nice. One more time. And breathe. Hold it. Take a little inhale. And exhale. Forward. Lift up nice and tall. We're going to do 1 more set. Take a breath. And half roll back. Find your connections. Now this time, open your right arm to the side And as you look to the side, can you feel how your chest turns? And when you come back in, the obliques muscles have to work. So keep moving at your own rhythm, opening and closing the arms. Last one. Come back to the center, hold it, take a little breath in, and forward, lift up tall, and now we're going to transition to lying on our backs. So use your abdominals. If you need assistance with your arms, give yourself assistance, and you get to lie all the way back. Good. So now, bring yourself into a place where you can have your feet a little closer towards your pelvis, knees slightly apart, feet slightly apart, and take your hands and place them onto your pelvis for a moment. And if you were to lie there and close your eyes, I want you to visualize that you have a cup of tea or a cappuccino balanced on your lower belly. And that's what we would consider a neutral position. Now, keep your eyes closed and start to tilt your pelvis so that you spill your cappuccino towards your chest. And just stay there so that you can really feel your lower back is imprinting. And then go back to where you started. So you go back and you balance your drink. And now, as you spill your drink towards your chest, breathing out, and then inhale to rock your pelvis back to neutral. Now, keep going and start to blink your eyes open so that it's quite lovely to start our movements with eyes closed because it brings a sense of connection to your body so you can feel. But then to make it functional, we want to keep our eyes open so that we're bringing in outside surroundings, but still feeling the movement. Keep connecting into your breath. These are small pelvic tilts. And as you do this movement, can you find a connection to the lower abdominals? So don't let your bum take over. It's not a gripping action with the bum. And don't let your feet take over. It's very tempting to just push with the feet and then you don't really have to work the lower abs. See if you can find your lower ab connection. We're going to do one more time, just that little tilt. And releasing back to the center. Now, put your hands on the floor, palms down or palms up, doesn't matter. Now pelvic curl. Do that same tilt with the hips, but now don't stop. Roll your hips all the way up into a bridge position. Pause here, feel that lovely squeeze with the bum cheeks, and then start to make your way down through the spine, imprints, and release. And we're going to take 7 more. So tilting your hips. I want you to notice on this particular one, when you come up to the top, if you pause here at the top, are you able to have your feet flat? And are you able to have your knees in parallel without any pain around the knees? If not, feel free to move your legs where it actually works for your knees, okay? And then roll down through the spine, imprint, and release. And again, using your breath to carry the movement. And when you come up to the top, double check that you haven't flared the ribs. You've got to keep the ribs closed. And then ripple down through the spine. And release. We've got 5 more. Working with control, working with precision, so you're always aware of your end position. And then become aware of the placement of each vertebra as you come all the way back down towards the ground. And we're going to take just 4 more. Holding at the top. And working your way down. Good, and we're going to take 3 more, tilting hips. Softening through the neck and the shoulders, releasing as you come down. And this seems like such a simple exercise and movement, but it's one of the best exercises to start engaging into the hip extensors, into those gluteals, and finding that articulation through the spine, finding core stability and connection. And then on the last one, make it the best one that you can as you release all the way back down and into neutral. Now, take your hands, place them onto your 2 pelvic bones so that you can monitor nothing moves, and then get your lower back in a happy place and stabilize wherever that happy place is. See if you can pick up the right knee to a tabletop position without compensating at the lumbar spine and pelvis, and then placing that right leg down again without arching. And now, left leg, bringing it up, no tilting, and lower the leg down, no arching. And then just keep going, alternating knee lifts, breathing however feels best for you. And we are testing here if you are able to disassociate the hips. Meaning, can you move your legs independently and keep stability around the pelvis and the lumbar spine? Keep breathing. And we're going to do one more time on each side. And then placing both feet down, getting your feet firmly grounded, hands down beside you again. We're going to put together that alternating knee lifts with the pelvic curl. On your breath out, tilting your pelvis, rolling up into a bridge position. And now I need you to stay there. Now listen. Anchor your arms securely to the ground. Abdominals are connected. Start standing on the right leg and see if you can lift up the left leg. Hold it there and then place the foot gracefully down. Use your arms. Use your abs. Stand on the left leg. Can you pick up the right leg and hold it in the air? And then gracefully placing that foot down, relax your arms just for a moment, and then ripple down through the spine and release. We're going to repeat and we're going to add on. Take a breath, tilting your hips, rolling up into your bridge position, hold it here. Start pushing your arms onto the floor, stand on your right leg, and pick up the left knee and hold it here. Let's tap the toe to the ground. And lift. And lift. Use your arms. And lift. 2 more. Use your abs. 1 more. And hold it. Gracefully place that foot down. Use your arms. Stand on the left leg and pick up the right leg. leg. I hope that left bum is working. Let's tap. And up. Relax the neck. And up. Use the arms. And up. Use the abs. Squeeze the left bum. Last time. And hold. Placing that right foot down. Relax your arms. And you get to ripple down through the spine. Imprint and relax. Good. Hug your right leg in towards you. Now, if you're pretty flexible, you can stretch the left leg out along the floor. If you're pretty tight in the hamstrings, just keep that left leg bent. Slip your hands behind your right knee. Use a pillow under your head if you need. Breathe out as you stretch the hamstring up. And bend the knee and release. And again, breathe out as you stretch. And inhale, release. And let's just take 2 more. Stretch. And release. And on this last one, just keep your leg extended and just hold it there for a moment. See if you can get your pelvis heavy on the ground. And let's just do a little point and flex of the foot. Point and flex. And point and flex. Relax the back of your head. 2 more. And flex. 1 more. Point. Hold the point. Bend the knee. And then just cross your right ankle over the left knee so that that knee is rolling out. Put your hands on your pelvis. You want to tighten up those abs to protect your back. And see if you can just pick up the left leg. So you're coming into a little bit of a gluteal stretch, but then release it down for a second. We're going to do that 2 more times. Make sure your abs are working. Protect your back and release down. 1 more time. Pick up your leg. Now, slip your hands around the back of your left leg and settle yourself back into a gluteal stretch. And now you can stay here, or what sometimes feels nice for me is to do like a little bit of a rocking action from side to side, almost like you're rocking the baby a little bit. See if you can pull that thigh in a little closer to intensify the stretch for yourself. And on your next breath, release, placing that left foot down, and then just hug that right knee into your chest for a moment and put your right foot to the floor. Now let's switch to the left leg. So your left leg comes in, and you're going to decide if you're going to keep the right leg bent or extended on the floor. That's going to be based on your flexibility. Hands behind the left leg, flexing the left foot. Here we go. Stretch the leg up. And release. And again, stretch the leg up. And release. Take 2 more. Keep your pelvis heavy to the ground. 1 more. Stretch up, and I just want you to stay there for a moment. Relaxing into the shoulders. And let's do a little point and flex of that top foot. Point and flex. And you'll probably notice when you point that you get a bit of a stretch down the front of the shin. And when you flex your foot, you get quite a strong stretch up the back of the leg. For some people, it becomes a little bit neural. Now point your toe and stay. Bend your knee and then cross that ankle over the right leg so your knee can roll open. Hands onto your pelvis. Secure your lower back. And here we go. Pick up the underneath leg. And release. Keep breathing. Let's do 1 more time. Lift the leg up. Now hold it there. Slip your hands behind the right leg to hold on. Head and shoulders rest down. Remember, guys, you can use a pillow under your head if you need. And just take a moment to breathe in this gluteal stretch. And remember, you can do that little rocking of knees side to side as well. Few more seconds. Maybe pull that right leg a little closer to intensify the stretch. And then release and placing both feet down to the ground and uncross to place both feet flat. All right, so we're going to go up into our chest lift now. So knees and feet slightly apart. Bring your hands up towards the sky and then interlock your fingers. Hands go underneath your head and just set yourself up so that you are lengthening your spine. Lower back is happy and your elbows are floating. So you've got them in the corner of your eye like a hammock supporting your head. So first we're going to do a little nod with the chin just to switch on those deep neck muscles. Breathe out as you lift the rib cage forward. Your ribs are sliding forward and your head is just coming along for the ride. And then you get to float yourself back down. Don't let the elbows drop. And again, use your breath out. Upper abdominals are working and then they are controlling you on the way back. Keep going at your own pace. Be aware as you do your chest lift that you are not allowing your pelvis to move around. You want to stabilize your pelvis in a place that feels good for you. And you want to double check that you have a sensation of flattening the abdominals so that your deepest ab, the transverse abdominis, has an opportunity to connect. We're going to do our last one. Lift your head and shoulders and now stay. Do a small rotation to one side. And then through the middle, a little rotation to the other side. And we're going to do side to side, waking up the obliques. We're halfway there. Stabilize your pelvis. Don't let your feet or knees move. Last one. Come back to the center and relaxing all the way down. Just take a moment to let your elbows push back. Let your ribs lift up a little bit so you get a stretch in those abs that have just been working. We're going to be doing a second set and we're going to give you a challenge so that your legs are lifted in the air. If it doesn't feel good for your back, then put your feet down like they are now. Bring yourself back to the center. Elbows are floating. Bring one knee up to tabletop. Stay here for a moment. Double check for yourself that your pelvis and your lumbar spine are stable. And then bring your other leg up to join. Now glue the legs together in the air so that they are squeezing together. Nod your chin. Switch on your neck muscles. Breathe out as you curl forward and releasing back down. So once again, we have the upper abdominals working and your legs and your pelvis are staying stable. Do not pull on your head. Keep your elbows just in your periphery. Can you get the sensation of flattening the abdominal wall? Taking two more. Squeeze the legs together. One more time. Up you come, don't move. Let's go into obliques. Small twist. Squeeze the knees. Keep your elbows in your periphery. It's so tempting to swing the elbows. Control your movements. Almost there. Keep breathing. Last one. Center, hold it. Hug your knees in and relaxing all the way back. Just turn your head to one side. Turn your head to the other side. Bring your head to center. Now, Put your left foot onto the ground and then just cross your right thigh over the left thigh. Bring your hands into a wide V. You can do palms down or palms up, whatever feels good for you. Start rolling your knees towards the left. You can look over the right shoulder, but don't let your shoulder lift up. And then exhale as you pull yourself back to the center. And it's almost like you're wringing water out of a sponge. You're going to take your legs to the left again. So with your right leg on top, you might feel almost like the weight is just pulling you over. You've got to control it. Exhale, draw back to the center. Chest is open. We're going to do 2 more. Start to explore your range of movement. Notice where you're feeling the stretch, if anywhere. If there's any strain or pain into the lower back, do not force it. Exhale to pull back to the center and hold. Uncross that right leg, and now put your left leg over. Stay there for a moment, chest open. Roll your legs to the right and look over the left shoulder. And then exhale and back to the center you come. Good. So again, start to explore the range that works for you. Notice where you're feeling it on this side. Keeping that left shoulder down as you work. And let's do just one more time. Come all the way back to the center, and then uncross and placing the foot down. Now you're going to turn onto your stomach so you can go into cobra. I'm just going to spin around so my head's at the other end of the mat so I can see you guys properly. So take your time as you turn onto your stomach. This is called lying prone, by the way. When you're lying on your back, it's supine, and when you're lying on your stomach, you're lying prone. So have your legs a little bit apart. Take your hands so that they're more or less a little bit in front of the shoulders, elbows down. And then just hover the tip of your nose, close your eyes for a moment, and I want you to feel a gentle connection into the bum cheeks and into the lower belly. So you're not gripping, you're literally just engaging so that your pelvis feels stable. Still with your eyes closed, I want you to feel energy through the crown of your head and energy through your legs. Now open your eyes and we get ready to go into the cobra. Inhale as you just lift your head up a little bit. And then exhale as you lift your chest up so that your heart is lifted but your 2 little bottom ribs are down. Stay for a moment, double check that your abs and bum are engaged. And then release your chest down and hover the tip of your nose. Energy through your crown. Inhale, lift your eyeline. Exhale, your chest comes up. And just start to notice how your shoulder blades do a little squeeze together behind you. And then releasing down and hover the tip of your nose. Energy through your feet. Inhale, lifting eyeline. Exhale, floating your chest up into a little baby cobra. Pause for a moment and releasing your chest down. We're going to do one more time. Inhale, lift eyeline. Exhale, float your chest up. Double check that your bum and abs are connected. Now stay here. See if you can hover your right arm just off the ground. Were you able to do that and keep your shoulders and hips level? And then put that hand down. And now pick up your left hand. Hover it. How did that feel? Were you able to stabilize your upper body and your pelvis? Place that arm down. Now let's see both arms. Can you lift both arms up? So now you can feel that lovely squeeze between the shoulder blades. I sincerely hope that you're breathing. Place your arms down and then lower all the way down. Beautiful. Place your hands underneath your shoulders, coming all the way up. And just coming into a 4-point position here. We're going to do a little bit of hovering of the knees. So make sure that you have your wrists in a happy place for you. Tuck your toes under. Nice long spine, firm abdominals, and see if you can lift your knees just up. Holding it here. Feeling equal pressure over the hands, over the feet. Energy through your crown, energy through your tail. Take another breath in, and then lower the knees down. Relax the feet out for a moment. Maybe just shift a little bit backwards and a little bit forwards. So we're going to be going back into that same position, and then we're going to be twisting so that we're facing sideways. So get your hands into a place that works for you. Tuck your toes under. On your breath, lift your knees just up. Now hold it there. Bring your right hand under your face. Start twisting your feet, your knees, and your hips. Balance on the right hand and see if you can pick up your left hand and hold it here. Lower your left hand towards your left hip and then gracefully lower your hips and your knees towards the ground. So we're going to be going into a little bit of a side bend prep here. So pushing out of that right arm. Take a breath in. Just lift your bum off the ground. Keep your knees down. And your left hand comes up. It's almost like you've got a helium balloon tied to your fingers. And then you get to lower your hips down. So this should actually feel quite nice because your knees are still on the floor. Take a breath in. Just your bum comes off the ground. Keep your knees and your feet down. Find the connection to the underside of your body and releasing down. And now we're going to do a little bit of a higher move. And we're going to lift the bum off the floor first. Find your balance. And now see if you can lift the knees up. And now look down at the floor. Twist back so you come onto all fours and lower the knees down and relax the feet out. And just move a little bit backwards and forwards. So it's just a little bit of a release on the wrists. And now you do have another side. So bring yourself so that you've got your shoulders above your wrists. Tuck your toes under. Lift your knees off the ground. Left hand comes under your face. Twisting feet, knees, hips, and you balance on the one side. And now bring your hand down and then lower your hips and your knees so you are sitting sideways. You can make any adjustments you need to so that you really need to push out of that shoulder. Take a breath in, keep your knees on the floor and just lift your hips up. Hold it there. And then releasing back down. Good, let's do that again. And again, this is such a good one to start strengthening the upper body, especially for women, yeah? And release it down. We're going to do that little add-on this time. So just lift your hips up, find your balance, squeeze the knees and see if you can lift them up. And then look down, turn around, lower your knees, release your feet, and let's just move a little bit backwards and forwards. And come onto all fours. Now we're going to be transitioning into a standing position, and we're going to do a downward facing dog to get there. So spread your fingers out. Get your arms and hands into a good place for you. tuck your toes under, and then just lift your knees and send your hips up and back. Maybe let's do a little bit of a pedal of the feet like we did at the beginning. Always a nice one to release the back line of the body. Then push both heels towards the ground. Soften your knees and now walk your feet halfway forward. And then walk your hands back. And then fingertips on the ground and relax over. Give your head a little bit of a shake. No, 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 no. Nod your chin. Yes, 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 yes. And then let your head hang heavy. Take your time as you unravel, coming all the way up into standing. Lifting upright, focus your gaze. Give yourself a moment so that you don't have a head rush. Roll your shoulders back and around a few times. And now I'm just going to turn to face you so you can see what we're doing. We're going to be doing a standing back extension. So soften your knees so that there's no locking into the lower back. Bringing both arms up and around. You're going to look up, connect your fingertips, and then simply bend your elbows and spread your fingers so you look like a cactus. This is called cactus arms. And then reach up, touch your fingertips, and then open your arms and just bring them all the way down. And we're going to do that again. You're going to inhale, soften your knees, no locking into the lower back. And then bend your elbows to cactus arms. Now lift your chest up and create a little bit of an extension of the spine. Reach up and open your arms, releasing them down. We're going to do two more. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see. We're going to inhale, reach up, and then exhale. Cactus arms, lift up through the chest. Feel that squeeze of the shoulder blades. And release. And open. And one more time. It's a very different sensation working your back extensors in a standing position. And gentle arch of the spine. Cactus arms, energy through fingertips. Reach. And releasing the arms all the way down. Pause for a moment. Just close your eyes. Just feeling all the muscles in your body that have been activated, woken up, released. Perhaps noticing the back muscles that have been woken up with our standing back extension. Feel that opening across your heart and across your chest. And then when you're ready, blink your eyes open. And we're going to finish with one roll down. Take an inhale. Exhale as you nod your chin. And just allow your body to melt forward. Find the weight of your crown, the weight of your hands. Notice that wonderful stretch between the shoulder blades after doing your extension. And when you reach the bottom, pause. Make any adjustments you need so that you're standing evenly on your feet. Take a breath in. And then exhale, unravel. Abdominals support you from the front. The back line of your body lifts you from the back. And you get to relax. Well done.
That's it.
That's it. That's an hour. Can you believe it? Did it feel okay?
Yeah. Is that the list?
That is the list. This is the class design that the students put together.